Yo, what's up guys, this is Offensive Seahawks fan back with another video, and today is my official Week 5 NFL recap. This was kind of a lackluster week, I ain't gonna lie. Monday game hasn't started yet, but I've changed the way I do these now to make it easier for myself. So we're gonna start with Thursday Night Football. It was the Bears destroying the Commanders, getting their first win in almost a full calendar year, 40-20. This game from the start, it wasn't gonna be a good game for Washington. Justin Fields, I think I said last week that was his best game of his career. Hands down, it has to be this one. This is what Bears fans want with him and DJ Moore, with Fields and DJ Moore, I mean. Like, they were connecting all night long. Half of the catches, or completions, were to DJ Moore for Fields. It's going to be a special connection if it can continue being like this. Rushing game was fairly effective. Khalil Herbert had a pretty good game. Justin Fields getting back in the rushing game. Even Khari Blasingame had a few carries. But I think some of those guys are injured now. So it's probably going to be Roschon Johnson for a little while. Receiving outside of Moore, it wasn't much, but DJ Moore went completely off. I mean, it was ridiculous what he did. Even Cole Kmet got a lot of action. Then outside of that, nothing really. Terrell Smith did recover a fumble. TJ Edwards got 10 total tackles, and they got 5 sacks, with Greg Stroman Jr. getting an interception. And Cairo Santos got 16 points. As for Sam Howell, it was a lot of stat padding. Towards the end, it was mainly stat padding. They could not run the ball at all. Logan Thomas had a great game. Curtis Samuel had a great game. McLaurin, I wish, could do some more, but it's not really his fault if the defense for the Commanders is always on the field because their offense is going 3-and-out every time. But look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 receivers were used. Sam Howell was getting everyone involved, and I like it. Logan Thomas did cough up a fumble, and they only got to Fields 3 times. They did not recover any turnovers or get any turnovers of anything, but it was a great game for Chicago. Commanders are on a 3-game losing streak now. Okay, let's see. Our second London game of the year. I woke up, I think, after halftime for this game, so I don't know what really happened in the first half. But it was 11-7 at one point. That's such a weird score. Trevor Lawrence looks back. Only had 1 touchdown, but he was slinging that thing. ETN, probably his best game of the season. It was phenomenal. Calvin Ridley is back on track. Christian Kirk still being consistent. And Zay Flowers the only receiving touchdown in his revenge game because he was drafted by Buffalo, I think, in 2018. Lawrence does have a fumbling problem, though. I don't know what's wrong with that, but they need to get it together. Darius Williams had another London interception. That's 2 straight weeks of it now, I think. And they did not get to Allen 1 time, though. That is surprising. 5 points for McManus as well. As for Buffalo, Josh Allen, he's doing Josh Allen things still. They could not, sorry about that. They could not rush the ball at all to save their lives. Voice crack. What even is that for James Cook? What happened with that? Diggs, doing Diggs things. Even Gabe Davis had 100 yards now. Outside of that, nothing really spectacular. 2 fumble recoveries for the Bills defense, though. And Bernard and Elam, 10 tackles plus apiece. They also did lose Matt Milano just 1 week after losing Tre'Davious White to season-ending injuries. That is bad. As I'm recording this, though, Josh Norman is back in the league, and he is re-signed with the Buffalo Bills. So that's interesting. Even though the Bills lost, they got to Lawrence 5 times. That's crazy. So I wouldn't sweat this much for the Bills, but I don't know why they can't beat Jacksonville. Like, they haven't beat them since like the playoff or before the playoff game in on the 2017 season. All right, the Titans lose to the surprisingly 3-2 Colts. Wow. Tannehill, his time has to be up soon. Like, it's bad. This is bad for Tannehill. Derrick Henry, I don't know what happened. Tajay Spears scored, though, so it's good. Henry's longest rush was 8 yards. That's crazy. DeAndre Hopkins finally looking worth the money, it looks like, except did not score a touchdown, though. Azeez Al-Shaair and Jack Gibbons, 10 plus tackles apiece, and the defense got 1 whole sack. They did not get any interceptions, though, and their kicker, Nick Folk, 10 points. They only punted once, too. That is crazy good, even though they lost. Anthony Richardson, he's getting injured again. It's the Andrew Luck effect, and I wish it wasn't because I actually like Anthony Richardson. Though I love Gardner Minshew, and I'm glad he's being a starter, but the way he's becoming a starter, it's not how I envision it. Jonathan Taylor came back just so Zach Moss can still look like the starting running back, the lead guy. I know Taylor hasn't been around a lot, like even practicing, but that's crazy. He only got 6 touches, while Moss got everything pretty much, with 2 touchdowns as well. Josh Downs, leading receiver, nice to see. Pittman finally getting involved in the action a little more. And outside of that, nothing really. Richardson did cough up the football. And then Zaire Franklin with 12 tackles, and they also got to Tannehill just 1 time. Julian Blackman got the interception, and Matt Gay got 11 points. Both teams only punted 1 time, too. That is interesting. Okay, game that I will spend probably like 2 seconds on. The Patriots are absolutely terrible. I think it's about time to pull the trigger on Mac Jones. He's not good. 2 straight weeks of being benched. And I think he's had 4 interceptions in the last 2 games. I don't know. It's terrible, though. Derek Carr, 2 touchdowns, not over 200 yards, though. Alvin Kamara got a touchdown, was not very effective on the run game, though. Only 3.6 yards a carry. Michael Thomas, I had to pick him up in fantasy, so I'm glad to see that he at least did something. Chris Olave, though, he's been very quiet this year. I don't know what's up with that, though. It's interesting. Cam Jordan recovered a fumble, and Alontae Taylor and Demario Davis got 6 tackles apiece while getting to Mac Jones twice. Tyrann Mathieu, though, got a pick 6, I think, on the first drive of the game. And Pete Werner also got an interception, with Blake Groupie getting 10 points. Patriots, I have nothing to say for you besides, can you get Ramondre Stevenson a little more involved, please? I would very appreciate it. It's really annoying. Okay, this was a crazy one. This was not all Lamar's fault. His receivers were cucking him. They could not really catch a football. It was crazy. Gus Edwards and Lamar getting 40-plus rushing yards. Also, Justin Hill getting a touchdown. Pretty effective run game, I'd say. Zay Flowers 73 yards. Andrews, 65 yards. Nelson Aguilar had one of the worst drops I have ever seen from a receiver. That was pitiful. Like, it was right in your hands. But no, this is the day for Nelson Aguilar where it's like, I don't want to catch a football right now. Few fumbling problems, so many fumbles, and only one of them recovered by Kevon Seymour, which I don't even know who that is. Roquan Smith getting 10 plus tackles, and 3 sacks for the Ravens defense, with Tucker getting only 4 points. As for the Steelers, Kenny Pickett masterclass, right? I don't know. This game was boring until the fourth quarter. Also, I would love to say this. Jaylen Warren is so much better than Najee Harris. Harris is not a good running back. He hasn't been good since his rookie year, and he does not look very explosive at all. He runs in slow motion. Jaylen Warren does so many good or much better ball carrier moves. He looks more effective and explosive, and Harris is only a power back, and that's what he's going to be in his career. He sucks. Jaylen Warren should be the starter right now, unless Harris can pick it up next week. I don't even know what to say anymore. George Pickens is back, better than ever. That was a great game by him, and he got the game-winning 41-yard touchdown. Actually, that's not the touchdown, but it's in here. TJ Watt and KZ picking up fumbles, and Gunnar Ozeski coughed one up. Cole Holcomb and Minkah Fitzpatrick getting 9 tackles each, and 4 sacks on the day for the Steelers defense, and Joey Porter picked off Lamar in the end zone, and Chris Boswell got 9 points. Okay. This was a boring game, to say the least. CJ Stroud, though, for the Texans, he's still lighting it up. He still hasn't thrown an interception. I hope he never throws an interception as long as he's starting on my fantasy team. Dameon Pierce, what happened to him? Like, he was super good last year, and now he's just not really doing much. Pause that. Okay, I guess I can't. Dalton Schultz was the guy yesterday for Stroud. Weird seeing Nico Collins or Tank Dell not being the top guy, but can't be like that every week, I guess. Pater and Horton picked up fumbles, and Henry 2020, Jalen Petre getting 10 plus tackles each. No sacks, though, for Houston. No sacks for any defense. 13 points by Amy Fairbairn. Ritter, cool. He threw 300 yards for once. He's still not a good quarterback. I'm sorry. He's not going to be good for a long time. Probably even ever. I don't know. He did have 2 total touchdowns, 1 through the air and 1 on the ground. The one he threw to Bijan was incredible. Catch by Bijan. And then he rushed a touchdown in. There it is right there, actually. The Bijan one. Kyle Pitts. Very interesting to see him actually getting used. Falcons, keep doing this. Then people will stop crying about it, me included. Drake London, looking like Drake London. Johnny Smith he's a tight end too, and he's still getting a lot of reps in. It's nice to see. A lot of fumbles, though. Like, a lot of fumbles. I don't know what's up with that. But, whatever. Nate Landman leading the team with tackles. And Young Wei Koo, I think that's how you say his name. Or Young Ho, I don't know. 7 points for the team. Okay. Wow. Lions, chill, man. This was supposedly a trap game, which, okay, cool. The Lions did not fall for the trap game, though. They are much better than that. Bryce Young, though, besides the 2 interceptions, which is bad, he did look pretty good. Running game was not good. Miles Sanders has not been good at all this year. Adam Thielen, he's 30 whatever years old, and he's still cooking defenses. A nice pickup for me in fantasy also. I was a pickup machine this week. Miles Sanders fumbled, Von Bell leading the team in tackles, 2 sacks for the team, and Pinheiro with 6 of the points. On one of the interceptions that Bryce Young threw was amazing by Aiden Hutchinson. He is an all-around world-class athlete. He is so good. It's scary. Jared Goff being the elite Jared Goff that people don't want to admit. David Montgomery being just the best, I guess, still. Craig Reynolds even scored, and Jared Goff scored. No Amon-Ra St. Brown today, but it didn't affect Goff at all. Reynolds, touchdown. Laporta, 2 touchdowns, which is great for me. He's my starting tight end. And Will Harris picked up a fumble. Anzalone with 11 tackles. The team got 1 sack, which it was obviously Aiden Hutchinson. Who else would it be? Jerry Jacobs, Aiden Hutchinson got interceptions. If you haven't seen Hutchinson's, watch it. It's incredible. And Riley Patterson got 6 of the team's points. Next game. Oh boy. Daniel Jones did get injured. That's why Tyrod Taylor played. I think Jones got injured like twice or 3 times in this game and finally came out after his neck injury. Rushing game, I don't even know what to say. It's terrible. Even with Saquon, it's probably not even going to be good. Darren Waller actually looking like a good football player when he gets the ball for once. Outside of that, nothing. Eric Gray fumbled, and Thibodeau and Joshua picked up fumbles. Bobby Okereke with 10 tackles, and the team got 1 sack, and it was from Thibodeau. Pinnock and Okereke got interceptions. Pinnock had a 102-yard pick 6, which was the only touchdown for the Giants. And that was their first touchdown in the first half all season, I think, which is sad. Graham Gano with 10 points. Okay, Tua. 2 bad interceptions. Bad, I don't know about the one that wasn't a pick 6. But besides that, he was pretty good. And here's the pick 6 right there if you want to look at it. Actually, that wasn't bad. That was tipped pass. Anyway, A-Chain still elite, but he is injured with a knee injury now. I hope it's not serious. I said this, I don't know how long ago I said this. Every freaking year it seems like when a rookie, specifically running back it seems like, is going off, injury. I hate that. Well, I hate injuries as a whole, but specifically that, I hate it so much. And I wish it could stop. But you can't predict injuries, yeah. Mostert got a touchdown too. A little bounce back from the week before last. You can't stop Tyreek Hill still unless you're Buffalo this year so far. You just can't stop him. A-Train and Mostert coughed up the ball. Eli Apple and David Long Jr. were the lead tacklers with 9, and they got to Danny and Tyrod 7 times. Jason Sanders with 7 points as well for the team. That is crazy. Okay, we got 6 games left. Okay, Bengals finally winning a game. Those against the Cardinals. It's expected, I guess, unless you're Dallas. Joe Burrow actually looking like a good quarterback. I didn't know that was possible for him this year. Joe Mixon is still disappointing. Jamar Chase said it best last week. I'm always effing open. Yesterday he does that. Safe to say he's pretty open. Outside of that, nothing really special. Irwin fumbled. Hubbard picked up a fumble. Jermaine Pratt leading tackler. Team got 3 sacks. And Cam Taylor-Britt and Jermaine Pratt got interceptions. Britt's was a touchdown, which is nice. McPherson with 10 points. As we go to Dobbs, he's slowing down a little bit. Had 2 picks, but had 2 touchdowns, so that's nice. Rushing was weird. I don't know why Rondale Moore was the leader. I think James Conner got injured too, so Amari DeMarcado could see a little more action, and he did score a touchdown. Marquise Brown, leading receiver. After that, no one even cracked 30 yards for the Cardinals. That ain't good. Also, Zach Ertz got a touchdown. Josh Dobbs coughed up the ball. And Marco Wilson, Kaiser White, Kayvon Wallace, 10-plus tackles each, 3 sacks on Burrow, and Wallace got an interception, with Prater getting only 2 points. You're going to need more than that. My back is killing me. Right, Cooper Kupp's return. Jalen Hurts, I think first 300-yard game of the year, I'm not sure. Really solid game from Hurts all around. Besides the interception, 2 total touchdowns, and let's do the math here, 375 total yards out of him. He was the leading rusher. DeAndre Swift still had a great game too, through the ground and the air. A.J. Brown cracks 127 yards. Dallas Goedert, the week I drop him, he goes off. I don't care though. I think Goedert, for his confidence level, he needed something like this sooner or later, because it's not been a good year for him. Blankenship was the leading tackler, and the Eagles got 4 sacks. Jake Elliott with 11 points. As we go to Stafford, he played pretty good, 2 touchdowns. Completion percentage is or completions ain't that good. Kyren Williams kind of slowed down a bit. Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, though, picking up where they left off without any slowing down at all. And all that, and Puka Nacua is still elite as of now. I don't know if he's going to be slowing down here anytime soon, but if Stafford, Kupp, and Nacua can all play like great players, the Rams might actually be good this year. Nacua did fumble, but Kupp picked it up picked it back up. Ernest Jones and Jordan Fuller, 10-plus tackles apiece, only getting to Hurts 1 time. Ahkello Witherspoon got a crazy good interception. It was like a end zone, I think. Maher got 2 points. Nice. Oh boy, Broncos country. How we riding still, huh? Boy, was I wrong about this game. Zach Wilson did not look good. Looked like the normal Zach Wilson after that great game the week prior. Breece Hall is him. Sort of. I would call this a revenge game because he got injured against the Broncos last year. He tore his ACL and then scored a touchdown. I'm guessing it's the 72-yard touchdown. And outside of that, nothing. Dalvin Cook sucks, by the way. Sorry, Dalvin Cook fans, but you can't even defend him anymore. He's not a good back. He's aging like milk, and he's just getting worse every year. Receiving was kind of bad. I mean, Conklin got 67 yards. Wilson only 54. Holy fumble recoveries. 6 fumble recoveries. That is insane. Defense, C.J. Mosley with 13 tackles, and Russell got sacked 4 times with 17 points from Greg Zuerlein. Jeez. For the Broncos. Oh. Russell did throw 2 touchdowns, but I don't know how much longer I can keep saying none of it is his fault. I'm trying not to. I really am not. I'm not. But it's bad, especially after that fumble where he should have just thrown the football away. No, he got strip sacked, and I think Bryce Hall took it back for Bryce Hall took it back for a touchdown. If that didn't happen, the Broncos should have had a chance, but no. Rush game, Jaleel McLaughlin, no idea who this is, but he had a decent game. He also had a receiving touchdown. Same with Adam Troutman. Perine, a backup running back, was their leading receiver, with Jerry Jeudy behind him with 50, and also Cortland Sutton needs to get out of Denver. Wilson, man, I don't know how long I can do this, Russ. Kareem Jackson and Alex Singleton with 10 tackles apiece, and they also got to Zach Wilson 4 times. Pat Surtain had an interception, I think, close to the goal line, I'm pretty sure. Will Lutz was 7 of the points. That's nice. Supposedly this game was rigged. I was actually watching it, but I legit fell at halftime and woke up right as Kirk Cousins got sacked on the final play of the game. I try not to fall asleep during NFL games, but this was an instance where I did because I was up at like 7 in the morning for the second half of the London game. Mahomes with 2 touchdowns. It's normal Mahomes stuff. Pacheco being pretty active with a touchdown. Travis Kelce apparently got injured in the knee or something. Came back with a touchdown. I don't know if that was after, though. 10 catches for him, though. Brian Cook recovered a fumble. Drew Tranquil leading the team in tackles and got to Kirk 3 times with Butker with 9 points. Good for me. And Kirk Cousins, he also had 2 interceptions. Rushing game is terrible. Jordan Addison was their leading receiver with Hawkinson behind him. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He fumbled on the first play of the game, I think, if that was him. And Justin Jefferson got hurt as well. It might have been his hamstring, so that explains that. Oliver lost a fumble. Kirk recovered 1. Harrison Smith and Jordan Hicks, 10 tackles each. And they got to Mahomes twice, with Joseph getting 8 points. So, my understanding of why people think this game was rigged, a lot of missed calls, especially a really bad missed pass interference. I'm not sure, but I don't know if I'm going to take people's word for it because I didn't watch it. And I don't plan to go back and watch it. I don't care. Vikings are terrible. And they didn't have a chance anyway. I don't know. Okay. Oh, wow. Dallas. What else is new with you guys? Dak sucks. Tony Pollard has not been good this year. CeeDee Lamb having under 50 yards is a crime. Pollard lost a fumble. Lewis picked up a fumble. LVE, I think, got a neck injury or like a head injury. He ran like head on into, I think it was Micah Parsons. Not on purpose, but that sucks. This guy has a history of, I think, especially neck injuries and just head injuries, just here and up with injuries. It might be close to having to hang everything up. He was the leading tackler, though, and they got to Brock 1 time, with Aubrey getting 4 points. Okay, I'm admitting it now. Brock Purdy is a franchise quarterback. He is super good. He is a top 10 quarterback this year, and he keeps proving it every single week. 4 touchdowns. Good gravy, man. Jordan Mason, whoever that is, had more yards than McCaffrey. He got a touchdown, too. McCaffrey also got one. I think that's 14 straight games now with the Niners that he has scored a touchdown. That is incredible. Jesus, George Moss out here on Thanksgiving, even though it's not Thanksgiving yet. Also, against the Cowboys, too, when Randy Moss did this, it was against the Cowboys. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. Good grief. Brandon Ayuk should be involved a lot more, even though he was pretty active. Same with Debo. Kyle Juszczyk scored a touchdown. It's pretty cool. McCaffrey lost or fumbled as well, unexpected. And Givens recovered a fumble. Fred Warner got 8 tackles. He's leading the team in tackles yesterday, and he is the best linebacker in football. They got to Dak 4 times. To Sean Gibson Jr., Fred Warner, Oren Burks, all with interceptions. And Jake Moody got 6 points. All of them were extra point PATs. Alright, the Monday night game just ended, and wow. Davante Adams' revenge game. He took it. He won it. Jordan Love did terrible. He threw 2 interceptions to one dude. Granted, one of them was tipped by Marcus Peters into him. But the first one, he threw it right to him. That was one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. And then the third interception was with 40 seconds left in the game, and it was just an end zone shot. And I think his name is Robertson. He found it first over Watson. So yeah, AJ Dillon, he was pretty productive. Probably his best game all year. Jordan Love, he did some ground action. And then Christian Watson led the team with 91 yards. Musgrave had 6 catches, too. Led the team in catches. And then Isaiah McDuffie with 10 tackles and 4 sacks for the Packers defense. And then Rudy Ford got an interception, while Anders Carlson got 7 points. Nice. As for the Raiders, Jimmy G, he played serviceable. He played just enough to get past. Josh Jacobs had a nice day as well. Got a touchdown. And outside of that, nothing really on the running aspect of the game. Jacoby Myers led the team in catches, yards, and the only receiving touchdown, Davante Adams. That may seem like a little bit, but it wasn't really a lot. He was very quiet all game. At least that's what I heard. No fumbles. Divine Diablo, that's my favorite name in all of football, got 10 tackles, and the team got 2 sacks. Robert Spillane, 2 interceptions. Amik Robertson, 1 interception. And Daniel Carlson got 5 points. This was the first time since I think the 80s that 2 brother kickers played in the same game against each other. So that's pretty cool. Both teams go to 2-3, and that concludes week number 5. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss an upload. I will see you in the next video. Go Hawks!